Hey everyone, today we're going to unravel the incredible story woven into a very special fabric pattern from Thailand's Leh province. It's called the Lai Duk Phai Muang Lue, or the Lue cotton flower pattern. And trust me, it's a design with a history as rich and intricate as its colors. So, what story can a single piece of fabric really tell? It's a simple question, but it gets you thinking, right? Because some fabrics, they do more than just keep us warm. They carry history, identity, and amazing artistry. And the one we're looking at today, it tells the story of an entire community. To really understand this pattern, we've got to go back in time, all the way back to the fields where its inspiration first took root. This is where the whole story begins. I want you to picture this, endless fields of fluffy white cotton bolls. See, for generations, Lue Province wasn't just a place that grew cotton. It was the major cotton hub in all of Thailand. And that was all thanks to its amazing soil and perfect climate. This single plant was literally the backbone of the local economy. It shaped everything about their way of life. So with all that cotton around, it's no surprise that weaving became a huge part of daily life. It wasn't just some job you went to, it was a household tradition. This amazing craft got passed down through families, embedding this deep cultural wisdom into the very, fabric of Loe's society. Okay, so how did they take this humble cotton and turn it into something so detailed and beautiful? Well, this is where the ancestral genius of the weavers just absolutely shines. The first piece of the puzzle is a technique called mudme. Now, this is a super skilled form of tie-dye, but get this, it's done on the threads before they even hit the loom. Weavers have to carefully tie off little sections of yarn to resist the dye, basically planning out the entire final pattern with incredible foresight. It's amazing. And then the second technique is called kaled. This is what adds a whole other dimension to the fabric. Instead of a flat pattern, weavers use a special tool to literally lift up certain threads and slide an extra one in. What you get is this beautiful, raised, almost embossed-like texture. So cool. And here you can see exactly how it all comes together. First, the threads get their color and core shapes using that intricate mudme method. Then, as the fabric is actually being woven, the weaver skillfully applies the kid technique to add that incredible texture and detail. The combination of these two ancient skills, that's how the unique Lai Dok Phai is born. But this fabric is so much more than just threads and techniques. For the people of Loe, it carries a really deep symbolic meaning. This quote really just hits the nail on the head. The Lai Dok Phai isn't just a design, it's a whole narrative. It's a visual story of the community's history, their connection to the land, and their enduring cultural identity. So the main takeaway here is this. Every single time you see that cotton flower motif, you're seeing a tribute. It's a nod to Loe's past as a cotton powerhouse, a celebration of the weaver's incredible ingenuity, and a really proud symbol of a culture that is, quite literally, woven together. Okay, so when large-scale cotton farming started to decline, you have to wonder, what happens to a tradition that's so tied to it? Does it just fade away? Well, not if the people of Loe have anything to say about it. They are actively weaving its legacy into the future. Thankfully, this cultural treasure isn't being left behind. There are some really dedicated preservation efforts going on right now, with support coming from both the government and private organizations, who totally get the pattern's huge cultural and economic value. And a huge part of that preservation is adaptation. I mean, for a tradition to survive, it has to be relevant today. And that's exactly what's happening. The Lai Dok Phai pattern is being beautifully worked into modern products, scarves, clothes, unique souvenirs, giving it new life and reaching a whole new audience. But of course, the most important part of keeping this all going is the people. The community puts a massive emphasis on teaching these precious weaving skills to the younger generations. It's all about making sure this living, breathing art form continues to be passed from hand to hand, just as it has for centuries. And that really brings us to a final thought. The story of Lai Dok Phai reminds us that what we wear can have a history, maybe even a soul. So the next time you get dressed, just take a closer look. Think about the techniques used, where the materials came from, what stories might be hidden away in the threads of your own clothes.